Everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a products I regret buying / products that I don't think were worth the money. I do want to put a little bit of a disclaimer out there now that these products personally didn't work for me. So just because they didn't work for me doesn't mean that they won't work for you too. Also, if you see a product in here that you absolutely love, please don't get disheartened or upset or offended. These products I just personally didn't like, and I thought I would share with you guys products that I didn't like because I don't want you guys to waste your money on things that I don't believe in. The first product we have is the Sleek Highlighting Palette in Precious Metals. Now, I regret buying this for a number of reasons. So this is what the palette looks like. Now, this palette is made up of 3 cream highlighters and 1 powder. Now, the powder highlighter is not too bad itself. It's not the best highlighter, but it's not the worst. The cream products look really nice when you swatch them, but when you put them on the skin, they kind of slip and slide around and they kind of go chunky. Like, it's kind of like chunky, like they're not a nice cream highlighter, like they're not silky and they don't blend in properly. I actually have a hard time blending in these ones, and I never reach for this palette because of that reason. I'm not a cream highlighter person anyway, but I tried to make this work and I didn't like it, and I don't think you should waste your money on this. This product that I regret purchasing is the Too Faced Bonbons palette. Now, this palette is beautiful, like I'll give it that. Like I'll try and show you without blinding you. I love the heart detailing and I love the smell of this palette, but I don't think that the quality of these shadows are as good as the Too Faced Chocolate Bar or the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. There's a beautiful selection of shades in here, but I just don't think the quality is that good, to be honest. I don't know what's different. I just feel like they're a little bit harder to work with, and I just don't reach for this palette very much, so that's why this is in this video. Next product that I regret buying is the MAC bronzing powder, and this one is in the shade Bronze. When I first started going to MAC and getting really into their product, I had a couple of the girls try on some products on me, and eventually I was sold because, you know, I didn't know what was good and I didn't know what was bad, but because I've used more products and I'm always trialing them, I now realize what I do and don't like. Now, the reason that I don't like this is because of the pigmentation. There's just no pigmentation, like to get that much pigmentation, like I had to like scrub at the pen, and I shouldn't have to do that. Like, if my finger is struggling to pick up the product, what makes you think that my brush is going to do that too? So this is like, yeah, you can faintly see it. You can see how hard I scrubbed in the pan, and you can see it, but like I shouldn't have to like rub that hard to try and get the pigment off. So I just don't like this because it's just not pigmented and it's a real pain in the ass to use. The next one is the Rimmel Sun Shimmer Self Tanning Mousse. Now, I'm going to disclose to you now that I was sent this product, and I want to let you guys know that I will always be transparent with you. And yes, I was sent this product, and no, I don't like it. I didn't technically buy it, but judged off how I've used it, I wouldn't personally go out and buy this, and I wouldn't recommend anyone go out and buy this either. So this one is actually in the dark shade, and it says it develops in 1 hour and lasts up to 7 days. I put 3 coats of this on. So I put 1 coat on, I left it on for half an hour, I put another coat on, I left it on for half an hour. I still wasn't happy with the colour. Like, I know you can't always go off the guide colour, but once I was happy with how the guide colour looked, I left it on, and I left it on for 8 hours. When I washed it off, it was like I don't even know how to describe it to you. It was literally like I hadn't even bothered at all. Like, there was just no colour payoff of this whatsoever, and I didn't like it, and I thought it was a waste of money. Bondi Sands all the way. Products that I regret buying is the Australis Velour Lip. I think that these were the first liquid lipsticks to come out in Australia. They were really cheap at the time. They were something like $6.50, although now they're stingy and now they're charging $10.50 for it, so I know. The first shade that I ever got, which I think I've actually thrown out now, is the shade Malibu. These are just chunky, like, these are disgusting. Like, they don't last, they flake off, they're a pain to wear, and they're super uncomfortable. And I'm just really upset that I bought like literally the whole range because I thought I was obsessed, and I was obsessed with collecting things. I just did not like these. Don't recommend them. The product I regret buying is the Tarte palette. Now, this is the original Tarte palette. So this one just is a palette full of matte shades. Beautiful shade selection, but again with this palette I was not impressed with the quality. Like, I don't think the quality is as good for the price that they're charging. I think this is like $70 or around the $70 mark, and I don't think that the shadows are worth it for like what it is. Like, it's just a matte palette and you're paying $70 for eyeshadows that I don't personally think are that good. I love the Thailand in Bloom palette. The Thailand in Bloom palette is one of my holy grails. I'll continue to repurchase this, but this one I just was really let down by. I just feel like you don't get much colour payoff. Like, swatching them with your fingers, they're really pretty, but when you actually put them on the skin, it's just like, well, where is it? Like, where is it? I also find that these are really hard to blend. I don't know what it is. I've tried everything, using primers, using not primers. I've tried everything, but for some reason this palette just does not work for me. I was not impressed, and I don't recommend it for its price point. Products that I'm going to talk about today are the Models Prefer Soft Touch Mineral Powders. Now, these I'm pretty sure are only available in Australia, and beauty gurus were going off about them when the first lot of Priceline 40% off sales was on. A lot of people were talking about this, comparing them to the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I haven't used the ambient lighting powders, but if this is what the ambient lighting powders are, then I'm not going to waste my money on those. I know they're not. I know that they're pretty good, but I don't own them, so I can't actually compare. So these are what the powders look like. You actually get quite a lot of product. This one's in the shade Photo Ready, and the other one that I have is in the shade Soft Focus. These powders do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I thought initially when I bought these that these were highlighters, which I was really excited about because it was like my first kind of like highlighters that I had like kind of dipped into. But no, not a highlight. This on my face right now is a highlight. This is not a highlight. Then I was researching a little bit more, saying that people were like trying to use them to like brighten up the face when applying face powder. I tried to do that too, and no, just didn't do it. Like, same thing with this. Like, the swatch looks absolutely beautiful, but then you put it on the skin and it's like, where the hell is it? Like, it's not there. Like, it's literally like a waste of powder. Like, it's a waste of time. It was a waste of money. I really regret buying these. Apologize to you guys if this seemed like a really negative video. Like I said to you before, these are just products that I regret buying and that I don't recommend and that I don't think are worth the money. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to let you guys waste your money on something that I don't believe in. As you can see here, there's a mix of PR, there's a mix of high-end and drugstore, but it's going to vary between everything. There's other brands that have drugstore that I love, same with high-end as well, but unfortunately, these products that I shared with you today, I did not love. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you disagree with anything that I have mentioned, or if there's any products that you regret buying. I hope to see you guys in my next video.